Good morning, folks. It's 5:22 a.m. September 30th, 2016, 9:30, 2016. 2016, the whole year, numerologically speaking, that didn't come out quite right. 6 and 1, 7, 0, still 7, 2 is 9. Adds a builder. Today's date 03 completion. People coming together. And then 9 again is elder. Excuse me. And the 5:22 is strong understanding, very strong understanding. And then remember, you receive knowledge, you learn how to understand it, you consume it, you understand it, understand your feelings about it. Excuse me, what it means to you. And 5 is, like I said, 5 is movement. There is something to understand, and this is strong physical movement coming forward. I've said through a lot of my videos that this is an important time, that you just happen to be having a life in more important than it was ever supposed to be. 2012 was about y'all waking up enough to see enough of the other side where you can actually perceive that there was a quote-unquote mother and father God. Well, it didn't turn out like that. That was the original first being's play, not mine. Excuse me, not ours. Excuse me. I'm having a rough morning. My head's getting worked on hard, real hard, this ringing. I'm being kept going and do what I need to do, and Herky's hanging in there too. There's things that are being made to happen right before he and I get out of here. Excuse me, there's a reason for that. Folks, this is all about y'all, okay? That's why all the pressure I have in my, feels better now, my occipital lobes. Okay. Just getting someone to give me a break. On the other side with pressure in my head. It's not making it any easier to talk. Anyway, I don't make a habit of answering emails on the internet, but someone was concerned about whether or not I can, if I'm feeling too rough to do consults. I'm not doing hardly any. It's strong enough, no problem. The more this body dies, the more me comes out, the stronger my energy is. But there will come a time when it just quits. I've been in and out of that time a little bit. That's why with me telling you got to stop and then go again, folks, I'm not going to wind up. I won't take money for something I can't do. And I'm always prepared to stop, even though it might even, to some people, make me look like a fool, kicking in and out. I'm being honorable. I'm telling you what I know, and I'm being careful. So, if I offer you a consult, and you want one, you better take it, okay? Can't spend time on emails. I won't. Enough emails, I just deny the consult. I got too much to do, and Sorry, if you have that many questions, you can talk to Paula Berjou, okay? Or Siobhan. As a matter of fact, Siobhan and I talked a lot about what we're about to discuss yesterday, and I was wanting to I wanted to show you how I talk with her, how we would have a discussion, and I would help her to go look and see without telling her anything. Excuse me. When you already know for yourself, and then you get someone to go look, then they'll tell you what they see. You don't guide them, but when they're right, you tell them, yeah. When they see something different, you explain what it is. See, that's the neat thing about this, folks. You will be right. As long as you relax, open up, and let something come in, you're going to be right. It's just understand. What the image you see is correct. It's correct. It's just understanding the image you see. But it turned out to be a long conversation on Skype, and it's more than you'll need to see. Maybe I'll put it up later. She and I had a good time doing it. Yesterday was rough. The second half of the day for me. When I don't have a consult, I get worked on hard, and now I've got it's part of my own self working on me. This Black Panther energy. Anyway, that's I'll get out of that. What I wanted to talk to you about is stuff I've been telling you about. I told you that you were alive at a very pivotal time in creation's newly forming history, the change of creation. Creation is about everyone. That's every one of you, and not just the humans, everyone, everything. And it is time for change is coming. I told you the animals were leaving. I told you that there's going to be fights in space. Folks, there's more. July 27th, today's the 30th. I guess, 3 days ago, no wonder my father called me son because I was so bright. No, I don't think so. Anyway, in Ireland, there was another UFO had crashed. Okay, a real cool guy named Leon. I didn't talk to him beforehand. I'm not going to give you his last name or nothing, but he sent me a video. It's by Secure Team. It's like a disc that's got a black outer rim, and then a white circle, and then like the old gray type of head in it, just all black with white eyes, but they're kind of slanted. It's a little different. It says Ireland UFO crash being covered up ? Multiple reports 9/29/16. I think the gentleman did a good job putting that together. Anyway, get that done. You right, big man? Yeah, he's okay. Herc's sleeping. Anyway, there was what happened physically that everyone's aware of is that I gotta try to find a time to watch the whole thing. There's a report that there's a flash in the sky, and it wasn't very big, and it hit the ground kind of close to some people. The people that called it in, it was already being watched on radar, and all of a sudden the Belfast, Ireland Police Department, they had armored trucks closing off the road. I mean, armored trucks, folks, it's going to take a real big armored truck to get through that, like a tank, okay? They're serious. They blocked that off. That's it. No one's getting through. There was 3 TV crews behind there, but they were not allowed to go further. They were just a bit behind the line so they could take pictures of the people and stuff, and that's it. They were being controlled, whatever they could take a picture of. You notice when you look in the video, they're not running around all over the place with their cameras. And it's okay, Herc. It's okay, buddy. It's just Daddy's chair, honey. It's okay, buddy. Good, buddy. I love you, honey. The older dogs get, the more jumpy they get, and this chair makes noise, especially as much weight as I've gained. Anyway, so the police, you know, excuse me, closed off the road in a rather spectacular fashion. And then the gentleman was talking about it. He was getting reports. The guy that does this, that did the reporting, did a good job. But then a military tanker with a flatbed took away. They said it was a car crash in the middle of a field. Funny place to put a traffic light, huh? And that the wrecked car must have been a general's car or something, because it was on a huge military transport covered up with a tarp, and they drove away under military escort. So maybe there were some top secret plans in the glove compartment. Well, today's kind of a rough day. Anyway, said that 100 times. I'm just not used to feeling like this, that's all. Usually when I talk, I'm being left alone, but not today. I'm looking at Black Panther right there in my head. Now doing something in my crown. Anyway, so folks, you know, what is your gut, solar plexus? What does your gut tell you about that? All right, it's a bunch of bunk. The actual conscious mind in your body will say, well, something happened they don't want you to know. But your gut tells you, no, there's more to it than that. There's more to it than that. So then what is it? Well, you relax and throw your abilities forward. There are a lot of, excuse me, people here now with source spirit inside from Lily and Ara, and some from Ara and some from Lily. And Siobhan, Moitza, and honey, I'm sorry if I screwed up your name. She's so precious. I just started working with her because it's time. I'm going to get everything done I need to before I get out of here. But these people, folks, are so powerful. And then it was so cool talking with Siobhan, and I'm recording all this. So all of the folks that are here that are source, they're going to have all kinds of information to help them wake up. Plus, I'll be in their heads as soon as I'm out of here. I'll be talking to them, and it won't be too much longer after I'm gone that Lily will be out of her healing chamber. She's had a real hard lives. And this is to help. It's to help them, but it's to help them help y'all. I talked with Siobhan. Sorry, this is taking a little longer than normal. I can't help it. I was talking with Siobhan, and I said, okay. You know, she right away, she already knew it was a craft and everything. I said, okay, now let's go follow craft backwards, through the sky, you know, from the land going backwards. What happened? And she looked at it, and she said, it was hit with energy like this. And what she was seeing immediately is that it wasn't a beam. It was something that hit it like this. And she goes, it was the Drachk. And it was like this, and she's looking, trying to focus on the picture and then go into the picture. Folks, that's how all of you are going to do this. Okay, all of you can do this stuff, man. I mean, it's inside waiting. And you get there by relaxing, and that's the most difficult part of it. And then, that and learning how to trust yourself. Once you get the image, you need to understand you get that image for a reason, because it's true. Number two, you need to just try to find a way to relax even more and just think of yourself as what you really are, energy, and just flow into it and feel the meaning of it. Feel it, see it, use everything you have, what you are. So she goes like this, and I said, it's like it, I said, okay, you're saying like I hit a wall. She goes, yeah. It was a field. It was, and she's looking at it like this in her eyes, and she's trying to understand. The first thing we do, folks, is we don't believe what we see. And I said, it's almost like there was a sphere around it of energy, and it hit it, and that killed it. And she said, yes. I said, yeah, literally an energy sphere was put around it and just closed up. She goes, it killed everyone on it. It was small craft. And I said, yeah, I know. So it's neat for her to see it. Anyway, folks, that's more Drachk issues. That was a Drachk ship, though. That was one of the smaller sized Drachk ships. Things are leaving. You notice after a certain while, all the chemtrails started coming back. Some of them, some places really hard, too. That's the Anunnaki to run this planet. Now, they had a real good idea that Drachk never left. Why would they do that? Why would they throw out the chemtrails again, knowing that the Drachk had said no? That's going to stop. The Drachkanians had said that will cease now, and they did for a short while. They first did it. They stopped it out of fear. Then they were told to keep it away, and then they started playing around, and then now they hit it hard, and now you're starting to see all these crashes. They're trying to cover up the fact that they're trying to leave, trying to find a way out of here. It ain't happening. They're not going to get away. It's the loss of life is sad. Just because it happens, the life is from another planet, doesn't mean it doesn't have value. Everything has value, folks. These animals that are butchered every day, that's big time value. Anyway, they're trying to find, these Anunnaki are trying to find a way off the planet, and they can't find it yet. They'll never get by the Drachk. The Drachk is so strong, it's crazy. And folks, there's more and more coming. I told you there would be. And it's not too much longer before you're going to see the animal deaths creep up a little bit. It's not going to go nutty till I get out of here. But in the meantime, it's going to continue happening. That's showing the attempt of delivering a promise to the animals. But folks, I'm telling you, you're going to see this stuff. You're going to see Anunnaki walk the planet. You're going to see them in the ocean first. You will see a Drachk warship uncloak. It'll be there, and then it'll uncloak, and it'll be so close to you, you'd swear that if you had a baseball, you could throw it at it if you had a good arm. And then it'll start to move away slowly and then cloak again. But you'll see it. It'll be huge, and you'll feel the power from it emanating through your body. And it's nothing to freak out about. They're fixing what's wrong here physically. These Anunnaki running this planet, they're so arrogant. Look at the Queen of England. She's stuck in a human body. Okay. She's part of one of the royal families. She's told what to do. She's of high importance, kind of upper level of the humanoid Anunnaki, but she's told what to do. I mean, you know, she's high, she's humanoid, but she's got extremely high Anunnaki DNA content, and it happens to be one of the royal families. So there's more coming. In many ways, it's sad, but you know, it's time for this to happen. There's a reset, folks, that's happening in creation. This is why I wanted to do everything I can for you to help you become yourself. When you see something and you don't understand it, it can be frightening. It can be raise more questions, have a worse impact on your life. The more awake and aware you are, the easier it is to understand what's going on, the less of an impact it has on you. It's like when things started moving around my house, flying around. You know, it's like someone, you know, if somebody would have seen that, except for a few people, they probably would have run out of the house. You know, me, I'm like, cool. And I'm looking into it, I'm looking at the energy behind it to see what's going on. That's when I was first waking up. It was important that I had a little faith in it. So I had some big stuff happening. That's just one small thing. Little stuff with the lights going on, you know, flickering on and off. It's also showing you a conversation happening. You don't have to believe it, but it's there for you to look at, to feel, and see what's going on. There's times when it happens, I get the message real big. They're trying to get my attention when they say stuff. Folks, this stuff, we're talking all the time, talking now. You know, and I'll basically, for the most part, shut them down, but the conversations still keep going. Boy, you want to talk about a poster child for the way it used to be? You know, the person sees something, put them on drugs. I think I'd probably be the poster child. That'll never happen. That will never be allowed to happen because I had a job to do, and that's pretty much over now. It's just the icing on the cake left. The rune for that is Jera. Anyway. Y'all are going to witness things that are going to be, by our standard thought process, totally incredible. It's just starting. It's just starting. I keep seeing the dolphin in the seas dying. All the red blood from the butchering of the dolphin. Go Japan. Go humans, humane beings. That's a joke. We have balls calling ourselves humans. There's a lot of you that have heart. I know that, so do I, but I'm talking about the race, folks. Look what we do, what we allow as a race. Look how far away any personal power that we have to affect our governments. Look how far that was taken away from us. It didn't start like that. I remember this country coming together and being part of it. But that's, folks, that's all stuff that was done to us by the original first big male and female. Argentina has got some serious issues with it. There'll be more, you're going to see more craft actually coming out of the water. They're starting to get scared. There's people here from other planets that are innocent of, just about completely innocent of stuff, and they want to get the hell out of here. I mean, they've been breaking rules, doing things that are not right by our standards, but they're not the real gist of the problem. The biggest portion, the major portion of the problem. This kind of situation where they would be hit with fines when caught, but not, not killed or incarcerated. Maybe a short time. And they're trying to get the hell out of here. And the Anunnaki keep throwing out the chemtrails to keep all the fish stirred up in the water, keep the water boiling with jumping fish trying to get out of it. Those of you that fish, when bluefish and some other fish, or whales, when they hunt to eat, they encircle the prey kind of, and they just get in it, and the fish try to jump out of the water to get away from the larger fish. That's kind of what the Anunnaki are doing, scaring all the other folk to the point where causing a situation where they're freaking the smaller people out and making them take off so they can try to use that as cover. It's like all those worthless macho assholes that go running around blowing up children and shooting children and stuff, using them as a human shield. You're going to see more and more when you look at creation and things happening around you. One thing you are going to see more and more is that someone's taking out the trash. But it's time to realize there's a lot of beings around here from other planets. There's a lot of vehicles that don't say Ford or GM or Chrysler. It's going to keep happening, and in a way it's kind of like a breakaway to actually see some of them physically. And then you'll know for a fact that they're here. It's being done like this to break you into the fact that it's real. It's more than a byproduct of an event, is what I'm trying to say. You're going to start learning more about how special you are, but also them. There's a lot of stuff about to happen. And when you start seeing energy, the Fae are starting to come up. There's another gentleman. Darn it. What's his name? I want to say this before I get off of here. He's a really cool guy. Siobhan sent the fact that it exists, whatever, my way. Put on the old grandpa bifocals. Okay, Ruth. Siobhan's is Siobhan Kelly, but it's Siobhan Ruth Kelly is what we have. The ECETI Ranch, Little Mountain Road, Trout Lake, Washington, U.S., not far from Mount Adams. James Gilliland. James Gilliland is cool. When I looked at him, I didn't know what it was about, but I just saw something going on there, and I went to look at the video on the Skype thing. It had a picture of his name. I looked at him, and he was near some trees, and I said, "Oh man, that is so natural for him." All I could see and feel is Earth, different places, Ireland, Australia, lives he's had in Africa, Europe in the mountains, some mountains somewhere in Europe. They're not tall mountains, whatever they are. But it's green mountains. Anyway, lives he's had there, working and dealing with the Fae. He used to talk to them in Europe, outside of those popular forests in England. He'd go into the forest, and they'd actually, this is long time ago, and they'd actually make bodies and talk with them in that life. He's got a lot of nice light blue energy coming off of him. That's the auric expression of the frequencies that are relative to hope. And they have all kinds of craft around there coming in and out from all different races, different planets, out around Washington. And that's like, honestly, it's kind of going right there in that area. It's almost like going on a sightseeing tour. It's okay, Herc. Sightseeing tour on a bus. There's so many different people popping out in their craft. The Fae are running around showing themselves. I'm not physically making a body, but showing their energy and everything else. The Fae are still not supposed to be making bodies. There's a few of them, you know. They have the all right, the Lily, Queen Lily of Fae. She's about 4,300 years old, years in her Fae body. She's family. She's from Lily and Ara. She said only there's a few people that have that right for a reason. They're good at it, and they're trusted to know when to make a body and when not. I know of one location in the U.S., and I'll just say Middle Eastern U.S., not the Middle East, across the Atlantic, right on the eastern coast, on the eastern part of the U.S., about midway, a little lower. There's one property with a house and a barn where the Fae make bodies, and they're talking with other people. There's almost no one that lives in that area. They've been practicing. That's where they get their quote-unquote training. It's funny. And they materialize in a barn, and then when it's time, they go out to the house. They go back and forth. But anyway, this place in Washington is all kinds of stuff going on over there. So much activity. As far as the Fae go, it's kind of like the Ireland of the U.S. So much beautiful green, stuff out there. It's nice. I used to be a telephone engineer when I was a kid, and I had an assignment down in Oregon. So I got to enjoy some of it, and I went up to Washington once. Do something with some horses for someone else. Anyway, folks, there's new stuff coming. The future's always changing. There's new stuff happening. Trying to take a date and hold on to it when you see an event, please be real loose about that, because the chances are it won't happen exactly like that. But the fact remains that it's going to happen. There's too many things that are undetermined, too many things that are still too fluid on the other side as far as the energy involved in running people's lives, okay? But these events are happening, and there is enough control over there right now for the larger major events that need to happen. They are, and one of them is people becoming aware of the fact that there's life from other planets living here with us, not in what you would call an ideal situation either. They're freaking out trying to get off the planet because of things that run everything. The Anunnaki, the problematic Anunnaki, they're here. This is not sanctioned. What's been happening on the Earth for over 10 million years now has not been sanctioned by the Anunnaki government, by the Anunnaki people. It has not. It's a sore spot for them. So it might not be a bad idea to keep that in mind as this stuff starts to unfold. You'll see it. These are some wicked times. You're going to see more crashes, folks. You can start seeing them coming out of the water. It'll get bad enough later, not too much later, where you start getting pictures of them coming out of the water, and literally within this dimension instead of subdimensionally, they're going to try to get out of here. There'll never be a war breaking out. There'll be a couple battles that you're going to see. Like I told you, Pacific Ocean, then the Atlantic Ocean. Then there's the issue with the sooner or later it's going to be attacked one way or another. But I was seeing a strong, rather large size. It's a powerful starship. It's a warship, but it literally comes down in a southeastern part of New Zealand. I'm sorry, southwestern part of New Zealand, going in towards Australia, closer to Australia. I think that's what's over there. I can't see the map. Anyway, there's a base on the ground. That's going to be dealt with. Tomorrow is here. So when I do something, I don't just throw out you fun facts, news at 11, see you later. I want you to understand. I want you to feel. I want to use it as an opportunity to help you understand where the benefits are for you to really become your full self. That's all. And when as you get stronger, these beings you start seeing, they're in my books. Book 1, Creation, is beginning in your origin. There'll be pictures of it posted at the end of the video. And then understand some of the stuff going on with how things have developed on this planet, Lemuria, Atlantis, and the rest of it, and a whole lot more is in the book 2. That's larger book. That's 412 pages. As the publishers count it, the actual count it, the last page is probably, I don't know, 130 something or something. I don't know. Book's right here, but what the heck? Folks, have a kick butt day. You're going to see more and more of this. And again, in Brazil, I'm getting hit with Brazil. All kinds of stuff going on in Brazil. Smaller craft being shot down, landing in the jungle, in the bush. Crackling, breaking of limbs of trees in the jungle. And more animals dying. A field full of dead animals. There's more than one kind there, though. Okay, folks, anyway, take care. Love you. Have a good one. Get ready for more. The time is now. Tomorrow's here. Remember, when you see these other beings, just because they look different doesn't mean that they're nasty or evil or something like that. There's some good people that are caught here. Yeah, and there's some troublemakers too, so maybe it's a good time to remember that a mind like a parachute functions best when it's open, huh? Love you, folks. Have a good one.